Hello everyone, my name is Crystal, just in case you are new here, and today I have a little bit of a different video than you guys are used to. I'm going to be changing things up a little bit on my channel in case you did not know, but I will be incorporating a lot more about tarot and witchcraft on this channel, along with reading books, but I've been really progressing on my spiritual path and I want to share it with you guys. I think this is a great thing, and I feel like 2021 is a year of awakening for a lot of people, so why not share my private practices and the things that I love to do with you on my channel. I have 5 amazing tips for you to read the tarot accurately. So let's just jump into it. So a few things to just put out there before I start this video. I just want you guys all to know that the tarot is used for divination purposes. Nothing is set in stone when reading the tarot. You are in charge of your own path, and by that means all the things in your readings could change day to day. Even in the next moment from your reading, it can change. So just remember that tarot is a tool for us to use to help guide us on our spiritual journey through life in general, through our religious practices, through our everyday life, through our careers, through our love lives. All of that it is used as a tool to help guide us. And just remember that it is not a way to predict the future, because things can change in the future. The tarot is used for what is happening right now in the present moment and how that's going to affect the future. If you are interested in a private tarot reading with me, I am offering 10-minute and 15-minute sessions, and that will all be linked down below where you could book your reading and find all the resources for that down below. So tarot is one of my favorite tools to use in my witchcraft path, my spirituality path, working on myself along with working with the divine, and I feel that the tarot really helps to guide me on a day-to-day basis. So when I was learning how to read the tarot, I was stumped. I would look at these pictures and be like, what does this mean? And I'd be like flipping through the book or looking up meanings online on different websites. And it's funny because like almost every website and almost every single book would have a similar but different meaning to the card, and that kind of triggered something in me to come up with my own meanings for the cards. Just like anything, when you're using your intuition, there is no right or wrong answer. And I feel that with the tarot, it is really, really important to tap into that part of your soul using your intuition. That is my #1 way of deciphering the meanings of the cards. Now, while I was learning tarot through my intuition, I would pick a card every day, write down what I thought the meaning was of that card, and then later on in the day, the book, and check out what the actual meaning was for that card, and to see how off I was. And most of the time I was very, very close to what my interpretation of the card was. So intuition is definitely one of your #1 tools you should be using all the time for everything, but especially when you're reading the tarot. Intuition is linked to divination tools because tarot and any other type of oracles link you to your inner knowing, link you to your inner self, your unsubconscious knowing that you know things. So by looking at pictures, you can interpret what their meaning is just by experience. And that is going to be our next way of deciphering the tarot, would be experience. Go through the cards, kind of figure out who represents what in your life. If your mom reminds you of the High Priestess, continue using her as your guide, as when you pull the High Priestess, someone who has energy like your mother, that energy where she trusts her intuition, that she's comfortable in her own skin, that she could be a little fiery and have some fury sometimes, but she is connected to the earth and she is connected to all things around her, and she is very grounded in her beliefs, in her practice, and things like that. So when you refer to that, it helps you to bring about the meanings of the cards, especially if the Emperor reminds you of your father, like things like that will really help guide you in interpreting the cards as you do readings for yourself and as you do readings for other people. When going through the cards and their meanings and figuring things out by experience, the best card that I could give you a situation is the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is our heartbreak card. So if you could put yourself in that situation where you felt the most destroyed by a breakup or things like that, the emotions you felt during that time. Also, if you're in a, say, a business with somebody and you end up losing that business and they end up taking it from you, or whatever the case is, this is the card that is pulled for that energy. So if you ever felt so heartbroken over something, this is the card, and this is where you could relate to the card. So if you're doing a reading for somebody and you get this card, you will know those exact feelings that they are feeling or will be feeling in that moment. And that's where you could decipher, oh, something's happening. This card pops up. So for our third way of deciphering the tarot very successfully would be numerology. Now, these cards have, which I will show you, these cards have so many hidden meanings in them and hidden messages and symbols and all of that. So there is so much story to tell in these 78 pictures right here. So if you look at the Magician, because he is our first card that we have. He is a very well-known card and very easy to explain. So with the Magician is number 1. So with number ones normally in numerology mean new beginnings. So with the number 1 and the Magician showing you that the Magician has all of the elements, all of the things that they could need to move on into this new journey, this new beginning, and move on with focused energy and move on with clarity into their new situation. So when you get the Magician is saying that you are moving full force. You have all of the things that you need, all of the elements, all of the things that you could possibly need for this new journey. You just need to power forward and put in the work. So when you get the Magician and you get number 1 for any suits, for any all of the aces in the minor arcana as well. The minor arcana has aces, which are 1s. Those all represent new beginnings in those suits. So in case you didn't know, numbers play a huge part in reading cards. So I will run down the list for you. 1s are normally new beginnings, individuality, and focus. Powering forward on a new journey is number 1. Number 2 represent duality and balance. 3s represent self-expression, reaping benefits, and development on new projects. 4s represent stability, work perseverance, and dreams coming to fruition. 5s represent change, conflict, instability of a situation. 6s are contentment, harmony, unity, communication. 7s represent retreating, meditation, spiritual growth, and soul searching. Number 8s represent material gain, recognition for your hard work, and success. 9s represent helping others, wisdom, and a completion of situations. And 10s represent new beginnings, infinity, fulfillment, and your bridge between the spiritual and the physical realm. So with those basic knowings of numerology, now when you get into cards that say are 22 or 16, you add those numbers together. So you add 1 and 6 together to get 7. So in a 7, you are headed towards meditating on a situation. You are headed towards a spiritual growth of some kind. You are soul searching in that moment. Then if you have 22, that is a 4, so you're dealing with stability, working, perseverance. You're working on your dreams and making them come true. So if you really look into using numbers, it is such a huge important part of reading the tarot, and you could do some incredible readings just by using the numerology while reading tarot. So now the fourth way to help yourself accurately read the tarot is looking at colors. Now look at the Magician. The Magician has so many gorgeous colors in the picture, but the two most prevalent colors in this card are the yellow and the red. That sticks out the most to me, and also the white robe that is under the white dressing that is underneath the red robe. Red represents passion, vitality, and courage, and purity, wholeness, and protection. And the yellow represents creativity, optimism, and enthusiasm. So with all of those colors combined, you're looking at the Magician, you're seeing that the person that you are doing the reading on is protected. They have courage, using their creativity to create something. They are embarking on a new path in the right direction by using their courage, by using the purity of their thoughts, and they're using their creativity on that path as well. So using colors is a great way to depict, along with your numerology, you could really get a very detailed reading for colors. I'll give you guys a couple of colors that when you're looking at cards, if you want to make yourself flashcards for this as well, that would be awesome. I did that as well. But looking at the colors, if there's just a few colors that really resonate with you, you could just use those as well. But there's so many different colors out there. But the meanings for the most basic ones are as follows. Red represents passion, vitality, and courage. Orange is warmth, energy, activity, drive, confidence. Yellow is creativity, optimism, and enthusiasm. Green is healing, growth, fertility, and prosperity. Light blue is purity, serenity, mental clarity, and compassion. Royal blue is loyalty, insight, inspiration, and independence. Indigo is intuition, focus, and stability. Purple is wisdom, spirituality, and power. White is purity, wholeness, and protection. Black is power, the unconscious, banishing, and wisdom. Pink is love, friendship, affection, joy, and self-esteem. Brown is grounding, permanence, and practicality. So now just by knowing numerology and colors, you can now use your intuition and your experience to do an effective reading. So our final way to read tarot that will help you read tarot successfully and accurately is looking out for the symbols that are in the pictures. A lot of these cards have occult-like symbols that represent a lot of things throughout history. So if you get yourself familiar with ancient symbols and a little bit of history, who doesn't love a little bit of history anyway? Especially about occultism, you'll have an easier way of reading the cards, and you will find yourself very much not wanting to pick up your book at all to find the actual meaning of the card. Now, I'm not saying that the books are bad to refer to on sometimes, because sometimes I get stumped by a card myself, and I will pick up the book just to kind of like look it over and figure out the meaning and just kind of put together like my thought process along with what the author's thought process is of that card. We're going to use the Magician again for symbols here. So the Magician just has so many symbols to go over, so we're really going to lock in on his symbolism here. So now our Magician has his hand and his wand pointed up and his other hand pointed down. So that is representation of as above, so below. Then you have his cup here, you have a pentacle, and you have his sword. So these are all representations of the 4 major elements, and then the 5th meaning spirit, which is the infinity symbol here. So you have all of the major elements. The magician is showing you that you have all the tools you could possibly need to embark on this journey, to move forward with focus and courage, and you will get there. You will reap your benefits. You will have all of the things that you want if you just push yourself forward. So, and as above, so below is a long known pagan concept, as what goes on up here goes down here, and there's no really other way, because energy is energy. It can never be created nor destroyed. It is just always there, always existing. This card is such a huge representation in the tarot because it just shows you so much, and it is an excellent card to get, especially as an outcome card or a before, you know, a journey card or something like that. He has 2 wands, so the wands represent air, the sword represents fire, the cup represents water, and the pentacle represents earth, and the infinity is spirit, and then you have all of this life around the magician. So if you look at the blooming flowers, look at the magician's face in the picture as well. There is just so much life to this card, and it's just showing you that there's so much life ahead of you. So I'm gonna give you guys some symbols that you could look out for in the cards that come up, whether they're in the Smith Rider-Waite deck or they're in other oracle cards to help you read. But a few like really important ones: a circle, which is like infinity, unity, wholeness, and protection. A triangle is trinity, 3D existence, and movement. Then an upward triangle is the masculine divine, fire, and air elements. A star is hope or promise. A 5-pointed star is protection or the human physique itself. A cross is the union between male and female. The moon, secrets, intuition, emotions, feminine energy. A rose is love. Water is emotions, the unknown, and the depths of the psyche. A snake is transformation, hidden knowledge, and kundalini energy. An egg is birth and fertility. A lantern is guidance, clarity, or hope, and that would be the hermit card. When you see the hermit with his lantern, just know that he is guiding you with his light. And a butterfly means transformation. There are so many symbols, and I suggest you guys look them up. Get yourself a little cheat sheet about the symbols. I think that will help you a lot. It definitely has helped me. Also, by using your intuition and just kind of like when you look at a butterfly, you see transformation, and just kind of put your own correspondences to the symbols as well, and that will really help you focus in and put your energy and your true meanings and your intuitive meanings to the cards. That's what makes your tarot readings so special. That's what makes my tarot readings different from yours, and things like that. So that's why it's so important to put our own take on our cards, but also having a nice foundation to work off of, and then develop our own intuitive meanings for the cards. The cards were designed to tell a story. These pictures tell such in-depth stories, and they're so beautiful. And this is honestly my favorite deck. I always wanted the beautiful, you know, fun, pretty decks, but I always go back to my Smith Rider-Waite deck because it's just so powerful, and there's no, oh, here's our hermit. There's nothing like this deck. I have such great energy with this deck. It's like, it knows me very well. So I always go back to my Smith Rider-Waite deck. I will suggest to you, when you're doing readings, read the reverse. I know so many people out there don't read reverse, and I'm personally, this is just my opinion, I feel that reading the reverse really will help you with your messages and will really help you get the true meaning of your reading for yourself and for others. Reverse does not necessarily mean negativity and death and all this terrible dark stuff. As above, so below, guys. We have to work on ourselves. So not everything is pure love and light, white energy, white witch, all that's not real. That is not real. Life is real, and there are some dark moments. There are shadow parts of ourselves that we have to work on. So the tarot tends to bring that to the surface, and it's okay if you get the reversed tower or something like that. It's okay to get that, but it does not mean that the world is going to end for you and people around you are going to die and things like that. That does not, cards don't have that kind of power. So just know that. They just don't have that kind of power. You have the power to create your own journey. So if something is going to turn out not great and you get the reverse tower and everything's falling out from under you, just know that the sun will come out again and there will be new beginnings on the horizon. When one thing ends, a new beginning happens, and always look forward to that new beginning because it's good stuff. It's always good. I think that's it for this video. I will touch upon more of doing shadow work and things like that in future videos, but I just wanted to give you guys some of my tips on how to read the tarot efficiently and accurately for yourselves, for others, for whoever, for Disney characters, whoever you want to do readings for. And that's a great way to practice, by the way. If you pick some Disney characters and, you know, put their energy into the cards and do readings for them, that's actually a really great way to practice. There's another tip for you. But these are the 5 ways that really helped progress my practice in reading tarot for myself, for my friends, and for my family. Like I said earlier, if you are interested in a tarot reading from me, the links are down below for you to sign up. And just make sure that you're following my Instagram for more content. All the links to that will be down below. I am looking forward to putting out more videos like this because you guys have been asking me for so long and I've been wanting to do it for so long. But I've been a little bit nervous about it, to be honest with you. So if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, please just like and subscribe down below, and I'll be talking to you guys in my next video. Bye!